You have probably heard many times that the country we know today as Zimbabwe, during the white government of Rhodesia, was much more stable and prosperous, and this is to some point true, but how Rhodesia managed to have so much stability and progress while living a bloody civil war, the Rhodesian Bush War, and while living a strong economic embargo of almost every country in the world, and a better question, if Rhodesia was so prosperous, why did it fall? Well, a document declassified by the CIA in 2001 answers some of these questions. First of all, we have to know that the predecessor entity of Rhodesia, the British colony of southern Rhodesia, was always quite developed and prosperous. This development allowed Rhodesia to have inside his territory all the necessary resources to face international sanctions and embargoes. Thanks to a good administration at the hands of the white government, Rhodesia managed to become quite economically self-sufficient. Agriculture, mining, and the economy in general grew a lot, and the manufacturing industry was equally forced to increase its production to compensate for the decline in imports result of the sanctions. In addition, despite the sanctions, Rhodesia and Rhodesian businessmen on many occasions managed to evade these sanctions and export products abroad, either independently or through Portugal or South Africa, which were the only countries with which Rhodesia maintained relationships. During its existence, this country was the second most developed in Africa, after South Africa, and had a stable currency that managed to keep up with the British pound. And now the question is, if he was so prosperous, why did he fall? The answer is simple: international pressure. Rhodesia on many occasions gave his arm to twist in order to obtain international recognition, but everything was useless. The last great effort was the internal settlement, where Rhodesia agreed to establish a biracial government with African moderates, but even so, the international community did not raise its pressures. In 1979, Rhodesia finally returned to the British mandate, who organized free elections, which resulted in Robert Mugabe, a former ZANU guerrilla fighter, elected president, and the country we know today as Zimbabwe began. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Remember that you can leave your opinion in the comments and tell me if you want a video about a particular topic.